In a world full of AI slop, YouTube is helping me process grief in unexpected ways. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Enough on Purpose. My name is Kevin. Earlier this year, I lost my dad, and 2 weeks later, lost my job, and have taken the decision to take a year off to kind of put life back together. And it's been really weird. I guess this is what processing grief is like, is some days you feel normal and you go on about your life and you worry about other things that you used to worry about, like money and jobs and stuff like that. And other days I'm a dad and I'm worried about homeschooling my kids and teaching them history. But then sometimes YouTube punches you in the face. So I don't have a scripted video. This is just me rambling at my camera today. Last night on my YouTube home feed, I guess is what it's called, Yes Theory popped up. Yes Theory is a channel I've watched for many years. I own a couple of Seek Discomfort shirts. I actually have over in my office one of their flags hanging up to remind myself to seek discomfort, because that goes against my instincts. And the title of the video, which I'll put here, the thumbnail, is Losing My Mom. And the guy in that thumbnail is Thomas, and he's one of the founders of Yes Theory, and you know what you're getting when you click on that video. And so, long story short, his mom has cancer, or had cancer, and passed away. But what got me most out of that video were the comments. Yes Theory has this community of people who are all aligned in their thinking. That's why you watch the channel. Generally, I think airing towards younger, but not exclusively. Because they started their channel traveling and, landing in cities with no money and speaking to strangers in order to survive, and that made them popular on YouTube. But there's also this heartfeltness that comes out of their videos. They're not doing crazy stunts like some channels. They're not giving away billions of dollars like other channels. They're doing interesting things to get out of their own comfort zones. And in a way, that video was the ultimate getting out of your own comfort zone and talking about the death of a parent. I sat there getting emotional, not just at the video, but in the comments of other people who have experienced the same or similar. Whether it was their mom, their dad, their brother, their best friend. People talking about how it had been a decade and it still felt like yesterday. So it makes you feel less alone in a world where you do a Google search and you're not sure if it's going to give you the accurate information these days. So having content creators share their grief, and then other people that you're assuming, I guess those commenters are other people and not AI slop, which would be weird, are also experiencing the same thing. And it kind of makes you feel not as alone. I couldn't go to sleep after that video, and I'm a gamer, and so I flipped over to my gaming YouTube account, and I watched a video from a DayZ creator. DayZ, if you're not informed or if you're not in the know, is a zombie horror survival game where there is no winning. You just survive as long as you can, and whether the zombies or hunger or thirst or other players kill you, eventually you die. But I like this content creator because he's positive, and he at the beginning of the game, you start on the outskirts of this area where it's theoretically a little safer. The people there don't have as much gear because the cool gear is further inland. So you start on the coast. And he likes to run up to people and try and make friends. And it's a weirdly positive experience. But he meets up with this guy and they go down to this house. They hear some gunshots, and usually that means there's an opportunity to get some cool gear because somebody is not going to make it out of the gunfight, or you can kind of pick up the pieces. And they end up at this house talking with these guys who are like, well, we're not fighting. We're shooting some sheep, trying to eat and keep our characters alive. And he says, hey, the one of the players that they meet in the game says, hey, let me show you why we're here. And you're kind of like, aren't you here to survive? And he goes over to this, off of the stairs of the front porch of the house, and he shows him. And there's a little tiny cross, in the corner of the stairs in the house. And the guy explains that that house was something that he and his brother and their friends, and the friends were online with him, was like one of their most epic bases that they stayed alive for like a couple of months. And we're talking like 5+ years ago. And his brother recently passed. He doesn't go into the story as to why. But the guy emailed the developers of the game and asked them if they could do something to kind of like honor that memory. And the developers of the game put that cross on the map for everyone. And this content creator kind of has this dialogue at the end. And obviously it like completely changes the tone of the video because it goes from like shooting other players and surviving and eating and whatever to like honoring this guy. And this guy's a relatively large streamer. And so he sets up a channel in his Discord called For Tyler. And he challenges the viewers that anytime you go past that house in your game, leave like a box of nails or some trinket from the game as like a leaving a beer, like a soldier would at an old friend's grave marker or something like that. And he has this dialogue where he talks about we're just the memories that are left behind. We are the photos left in the photo books once we're gone. That's all we are. And here I am thinking, I'm going to watch, some gaming stuff so I can get my mind off of this grief thing. And the literally next thing I watch is a grief thing in gaming. And it just kind of struck me. So I don't have some big takeaway for you today. If you're struggling with grief, if that's why you clicked on this video, know you're not alone. And it's not just because of me. I'll link those 2 videos if they happen to be something that you're interested in the description. Go make some memories today. I'm going to make some memories this coming week with my family. We actually have a trip planned for the first time with my mom. She's willing to come along with us. And so we're going to grasp what time we've got left together and hold on to it tight. And I encourage you to do the same with you and yours. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.